Hey guys, welcome to the Narrated Sci-Fi Fights video. In this video you're going to watch me flying the Scythe fleet issue, which I never really cared about until they made some changes to it roughly early 2014, and then I gave it a chance and flew it. A lot of the stats look better than the Stabber fleet issue, but I still think I prefer the Stabber fleet issue for most things. Right now you can see me flying a Scythe fleet issue with rapid light missile launchers. I'm not sure about that. I posted the fit in the fittings area, but unless you're taking on a purely frigate fleet, I would go with the autocannons instead. So you see I scanned down with my directional a MOA in a belt. Now this MOA is in a belt in Bartleyget back when Brave used to live there. As part of like Brave's only way to PvP back then, not their only way, but one of the main ways they would is they'd put people in belts. They'd have a standing fleet all the time, and they would just warp to whoever got attacked in the belt with some big blob. And that was typically pretty much what they did, every day. You can see I watched where that MOA warped. I wasn't close enough to him to point him, so I just watched where he warped. I could see he warped roughly to the sun. If someone goes near the sun and it looks like maybe the sun, it's probably the sun. A lot of people keep the sun on their overview as an escape point. So it's a good idea to be ready to warp to that if you want to try to catch someone. So I warped to 20, I believe, because I didn't want to get scrammed. So as I thought, he is here at 0 on the sun. He's not aligned yet. He's actually decelerating. So I lock him up. He thought he was away and free and everything was cool, but he's not. He's screwed. I've got the point on him. This is just a basic gank of a low skill point ratter. It's really nothing too special, but it's a fun kill. And I suggest you go out and get kills like this. It's a fun way to get some action and to test your ship out. I'd be better off, like I said before, with the autocannons. But basically, it's just a matter of I'm keeping at range. I could orbit too. It doesn't really matter. Staying ready to get out should a blob come in. Watching my directional, and just grind through his hit points and kill him. His pod didn't have limited engagement timer because it didn't shoot back at me, so I couldn't kill his pod. So no one's coming. I might just go loot the wreck and see what's in there. Killing ratters is a good way to PvP. It's a good way to get some easy kills, especially if you're just starting out. Unfortunately, it's become really hard to find people ratting in belts anymore. It seems like it's much rarer than it used to be. It used to be fairly common. Here's a video where I jumped into a fleet and I tried to burn away and grab some kills as I escaped. I figure I'm faster than most everything here except for the frigates. You can see now I have the autocannon fit, which I prefer most of the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn away from the fleet. I'm going to burn directly away, make sure I don't burn through any scrams or webs. Get a line to something, burn away, and as I'm burning away, I'm going to try to pop as much as I can without getting scrammed. First, that means let's kill this Atron really quick. I forgot to get my drones out. That was a mistake. So I'm okay, just keep moving forward as long as I don't turn back. Keep going forward. I'm doing okay. There's a stabber coming in close, so I go ahead and lock him up. Now I can see at this point that I'm starting to get too far away from everything. I'm outspeeding everything a little bit too much. So rather than let everything get too far away, I try to let the stabber come in a little bit closer. I use the keep at range. Unfortunately, using keep at range and turning back like that, I'm going to compress right into his web and scram if he has one. So I compress right back. I managed not to get webbed and scrammed. Wow, that's amazing. And somehow here I do get webbed and scrammed. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but there's my mistake right there. There it is. So I'm on this guy. I've got my drone's DPS. It looks like he's a shield tank by how slow he's going down. If I could, now that I'm so close, I would love to switch to a short-range, high DPS ammo. But what I'm thinking here is I've got to newt this guy off me and get my micro warp drive back. If I can newt that scram off him, then I can get out of here and escape. But no, the Inyo's on me. So now the Inyo's there. Well, I've got two problems. I've got to kill the stabber and kill the Inyo, or newt the Inyo, and then get out before anything else scrams me. But you can see everything's just piling in. So at this point I realize I've screwed up. I'm gonna die. So it's a matter of let's kill what we can. I decide I'm gonna pop the stabber as fast as possible, and then I'm going to go to the Inyo. I should have left my drones temporarily on the Stabber. It's okay. Now I need to get DPS onto that Inyo as fast as possible, test my micro warp drive, make sure, maybe the Inyo's terribly fit, and then unfortunately I get jammed by, what is it? I don't even see. Jams are coming from a thorax or something? It must have been ECM drones. So I died. I got 2 kills, a Stabber and an Atron. It's not a very good trade, but I messed up. That's number 1 rule here, is never get scrammed or